Unfortunately, this sort of nonsense is now being written not just into campus politics, it is being written into law. It's being written into law. Here is the case from The Spectator in the UK. Quote, "Here we go again. Another woman is facing a police investigation and potentially a jail sentence because she wrote things online about sex, gender, and a person who changed gender. The woman is a journalist. Her name is Carolyn Farrow. She's 44, and she's the subject of an investigation by Surrey police over tweets she sent referring to the adult child of Susie Green, head of Mermaids, a charity concerned with transgender children. Farrow said the investigation arises because she quote-unquote misgendered the child, who was born male but now identifies as female. Farrow is a columnist and occasional TV commentator. She writes and speaks from a Catholic perspective, so she's Catholic, about a number of issues including education, family policy, euthanasia, and gender. Her political and religious stance makes her relatively unusual among women who question transgender orthodoxy." And the columnist for The Spectator says, "I point this out here because some people are keen to suggest anyone who challenges the trans rights agenda is automatically a right-wing culture warrior, possibly in league with U.S. Christian conservatives. There will no doubt be those who cite Farrow's faith as proof of this thesis. In fact, I'd suggest it proves the opposite. It shows you can find women and men who worry about gender issues right across the political and social spectrum." Farrow tweeted out, "I'm being interviewed under caution for misgendering Susie Green's daughter. It's all rather Orwellian and rather scary. The thing is, I can't even remember what I said. My tweets automatically delete after 2 weeks, so they are investigating me for tweets which have been deleted but which cause offense to Susie Green. She believes that she is being investigated by the police for potential malicious communications, which would be a breach of the Communications Act of 2003. Section 127 of that act in Britain relates to the improper use of public electronic communications networks and says a person is guilty of an offense if he, quote, sends by means of a public electronic communications network a message or other matter that is grossly offensive or of an indecent, obscene, or menacing character, or B, causes any such message or matter to be sent. A person can also offend if, for purposes of causing annoyance, inconvenience, or needless anxiety to another, he sends by means of a public electronic communication a message he knows to be false, causes such message to be sent, or persistently makes use of a public electronic communications network. You could theoretically be fined or jailed up to 6 months. Up to 6 months. This is absurdity, the height of absurdity. In a rational society, we should be able to point out that biological males are biological males. But apparently, this is no longer a thing. And we say that we're making our society better because of this, that taking offense at basic biological truths is making our society more tolerant and more wonderful and more accepting. You're talking about jailing your political opponents, folks. And this is really, really dangerous stuff. And yet, the left continues to push it and claim that they're making society better. Nothing could be further from the truth.